You want to argue about me calling your friend fat 2 years ago. This is something that somebody actually wrote out to another person. I'm sure if you are cheating on someone, it is annoying when someone tells on you. That's kind of the risk you take when you jump into someone else's bed. Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sam, otherwise known as snerixx. How many people out there are the type of person that celebrates the Halloween spooky season early? And I'm talking like now time. September, maybe even before that. Or if you're the type of person that has to wait until at least October, maybe even a few weeks into October until you can even think about Halloween, spooky, fall, anything. I am definitely somewhere in the middle. Ryan and I usually wait until the last week of September or like the first week of October before we pull all of our stuff out. Although this year I'm interested to see how that's gonna work because now I have two puppies who love to chew on anything and everything, especially novel items that I pull out of a back closet in a big fun looking box. That'll be interesting. Anyway, I know stores and restaurants have already started pushing the fall stuff. I know pumpkin spice and what is it, apple spice? I don't know. All right, today I decided that we're gonna pull some maybe toxic, maybe just entertaining text conversations that I found on Reddit that I just felt like would be good for this channel and for us to react to and talk about. Let's jump into it. Okay, so the context of this conversation is the girl is texting the guy because she cheated on his best friend. So he told his best friend and now she's confronting him. Does that make sense? I hope I broke that down and it's not confusing. So bitchy, huh? Tell me, why did you do this? And then they sent her a request to play 8-ball. Ha 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 ha. Wanna f Andrew? You'll be perfect for him. Oh my God, you're a psycho. I didn't say I'm not, right? I think what she's saying is, so you told him I was cheating on him because you want to f him, right? So she's just being nasty. And I didn't say I'm a nice girl. Why did you do this? Guy code, I'm done being nice now. Just tell me or answer the phone. Girl, it's not nice to cheat on your boyfriend, so I don't know at what point you thought you were being nice. You think calling me bitchy is nice? My thoughts exactly. Oh, that's a perfect name for you. Be thankful I just got you a nickname though. You made me do this. You got me pissed. You're actually delusional. Get some help. This is a really bold approach here, confronting the best friend of your now ex for exposing your ass for infidelity, okay? Is infidelity only apply when it's marriage? I understand that she is pissed about it. I'm sure if you are cheating on someone, it is annoying when someone tells on you. I'm sure that sucks, but that's kind of the risk you take when you jump into someone else's bed. And if everyone knows you're in a relationship and you're sleeping with other people, someone is going to tell eventually. Even if it's not his best friend, someone's going to tell because a lot of people have been in this person's shoes and they're like, I would want somebody to tell me. It sounds like maybe she was trying to call him too. Like, what were you going to say? You were just going to cuss them out more and call him a bitchy again? There's nothing more to say here. You f***ed up. Are you seriously not coming to my wedding? Oh Lord, here we go. Yes, dude, I stated clearly once you apologize for what you did and the trauma you put me through and stop gaslighting me, I will come. I've heard from numerous people the lies and talking you've done behind my back. Yikes. If you want to come clean, now's your chance. I'm very understanding, especially when it comes to family, but I won't tolerate gaslighting. Okay, let's see our response. Mother if you don't come, I will talk about you to everyone there. You're immediately threatening the one thing they said please apologize for, so not off to a good start here. It's my f***ing wedding. So what, man? I made some assumptions and talked some and may have made up some lies. What's the big deal? Wow, so it finally comes out. Is that your way of apologizing for things and what I went through because of it? Because seriously, I want to confirm this is your apology. I really want to know, just so I can really solidify the fact that I hate you. I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. You need help. This is a great example of one, gaslighting, narcissism behavior, and just being an overall bitch. We have a wedding, we have an invitation that has been declined, and now we have a very angry family member who doesn't seem to understand, even though they have blatantly acknowledged the toxic behavior that they've engaged in. And this sounds like this is between families, so this is where it can get messy sometimes, especially when it comes to weddings and big family gatherings where you're gonna have to put your aside. This person sounds like they are really truly banking on the fact that it's like, yeah, but we're family. Yeah, I may have done these things, but I'm talking to family. You're my cousin, so you have to forgive me. This person is doubling down and now threatening them. If you don't come, I'm going to continue talking shit about you because it's my wedding, because we're a family, you have to come. Sorry, my friend, but that is not how that works, and I don't have to come. And that just means that there'll be one extra seat available for you to invite one of your weird toxic friends. I don't know. I've definitely talked about this before, and I know a lot of people don't always understand or agree with this. It doesn't really matter because ultimately at the end of the day, you get to decide who you want in your life. If someone is single-handedly bringing you down, making you feel bad about yourself, putting you in situations that make you feel uncomfortable and safe, you have the right to decide not to engage with this person anymore. And yeah, it might hurt this other person's feelings, but for you to get to a point where you've now decided to block someone out of your life, it's probably because they hurt your feelings a lot more, to the point where now you've decided that it's safer for you to not have a relationship with them. It's not realistic that every single person in your family is going to get along and every single person is going to be a good person. Just because you're having a wedding and you want the day to be about you doesn't mean it's going to be about you, especially when you've made every other day about you. We're done. Okay, this next one looks like a text conversation between two people previously in a relationship. Hey, I know you hate me, but how's school been? Immediately such a guilt trip intro here. And I know you probably don't want me texting you. But I actually very often think of you. I have a boyfriend and we've been dating for 2 months, but I really hope you're okay. And I think about how badly I left you. I was not a good girlfriend. I yelled at you and was just mean. And I think you're a really good person and I miss having you as a friend. Okay, so it looks like this message came in at midnight. So this could be just a late night, I'm feeling lonely kind of text. So we have a response 8 hours later. I've been becoming happier throughout the summer. I've actually started dating blank and I love her to death, but I've got no hard feelings towards you and I wish only the best for you. But to be completely honest, I have no desire to be your friend. I hope you can understand why I feel that way. I wish you luck in everything you do. I'm not sure if this is relatable or not, but I feel like the beginning of relationships are very strange. Yes, honeymoon phase, but it's just you're also learning each other and each other's quirks and mannerisms and their likes and dislikes and all of those things that make a person, but I don't know them like I know my ex. And it's a little bit uncomfortable just because it's not like we're in this groove where we just mash it. I mean, maybe you do. People get married after 2 months, so, you know, every relationship is going to be different, obviously, but I haven't been in a new relationship in like 8 years either, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. And the fact that this text message is starting with I know you hate me, I know you probably don't want to talk to me, it's giving guilty. It's giving I feel bad because now you've moved on. I'm in a relationship too, supposedly. It's not the same. They don't know me like you know me kind of thing. So I feel like if I didn't get a text back within the hour after I sent that, I'd be like, sorry, I was really drunk and that was my friend. Have you ever gotten a text like that where somebody's sending you some really cringe ick and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, sorry, that was my brother, he took my phone, LOL, so what's up? Girl, I know that was you. Okay, next one. From what I can remember, this is a text conversation between two friends. Of course, somehow I don't have any appointments this week. If you have some free time, I'd love to get lunch. ... No response. So we have a follow-up. I've noticed that you've been distant lately and I'm worried. Have I done something to offend or hurt you? If I have, please let me know. Or if there's something else that's bothering you, you can talk to me about it and maybe I can help or support you in some way. Thanks, I'll definitely talk to you if I need to. Period. We have someone that's trying to reach out and the way that they're reaching out doesn't even seem toxic, honestly. And I assume that there's way more to this than what we're getting in a few message exchanges here. But it's just hard when you want to be friends with somebody or you have been friends with somebody and then suddenly something happens. Either you have an argument, something you disagree on, or simply over time you kind of just lose a connection. And it really sucks when you are like, you know what, I'm just gonna reach out. Maybe they've been waiting for me to reach out to them because sometimes, you know, it gets weird when you're both thinking that, then no one ever texts each other kind of thing. So I get just wanting to be like, hey, I'm just gonna throw this out there, like things have been weird. Can we talk about it? Granted, that does not mean that this other person that they're texting needs to all of a sudden prioritize them or they need to talk to them about anything because, you know, again, if you've decided you don't want someone in your life anymore, that is okay. You're allowed to do that. It's better to just stop being friends with them than to have some fake ass friendship, you know, where you don't support them or care about them or respect them. So you. And friendships are weird too, because it's not like you always have an official breakup. Sometimes you do. A lot of the times there's not a definitive end. It just over time kind of dissipates. I kind of had the same thing happen where I was definitely getting the vibe every time I was reaching out. Again, that's another red flag there, is you're the only one reaching out. And you know, every time I would ask to hang out or reconnect, it was either me getting ghosted or it was like a weird excuse, which is fine. I guess they were just trying to be nice about it instead of straight up being like, yeah, I don't want to hang out with you. Forcing it or trying to manipulate someone into talking to you, coercing them. Forcing it in any way is just not, it's just not going to end well. Just like any sort of relationship with a significant other. If you're forcing someone to be in a relationship with you where you're dragging them through this friendship, it's like, what is the point on either side? Why even bother putting yourself through this? And who knows, maybe this person is going through something and they just don't want to talk to anyone about it. And that's okay too. It's nice to just put out there every once in a while, just a reminder of like, hey, I am here for you. You can tell me as much or as little as you want and I'm here for you. And you know, if you are offering that to somebody and they aren't reciprocating, put that energy that you're willing to put into this friend into someone else who's willing to give you that same energy back. At this point, you just kind of have to respect their space. Hello, sir. I hope you doing good. Please give me a call when you can, because it's very serious, man. The Lord always reveal through visions or dreams something, whether good or bad, before it happened. And yours right now, it's a spirit of death that the devil has sent around you to remove you out of the face of the earth, and it won't go away until we cast it away through a powerful prayer. That's what the Lord told me. The Lord does not want something bad to happen to you right now, because demons and the devil are very stubborn to leave us alone. We need to cast them away, brother. If we don't, it's going to happen, and it won't be my fault or the Lord, because I told you what the Lord wanted me to say. Now it's up to you to only believe and trust in him. Is this an Instagram message? This is just one of those things where you just don't respond, or you just say thank you. You're just like, okay, thanks for letting me know. I'll jot that down and get right on that. What does they have to do? They have to say a really powerful prayer. That's all they have to do to make it go away. I mean, that's not too big of a commitment. I'd be like, can we just like FaceTime it? Can we just do like a quick little like Zoom prayer? Is that offensive? I hope not. Who knows if this is substance use, mental health, if this person is just really, 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 really passionate about God. The Lord is always revealed through visions and dreams. Okay, so you're having a dream about me dying. I've seen like witch movies, girl. I know that sometimes these things must be taken seriously. In this case, I'd be like, okay, well, why isn't the Lord trying to let me know? Or why didn't he tell my mom? Why is he telling this random person on Facebook or wherever the hell this app is? Now it's a spirit of death that the devil has sent around you. Okay, so I'm probably gonna die. I mean, I also appreciate too that they've tried to eliminate themselves from any sort of responsibility. They're like, I let you know. So if you don't do anything with this information, it is not my fault, because I told you. The Lord told me, so I told you. And if you don't do anything, then girl, you gonna be dead. Like, okay, fine. If you want that to be what your life revolves around, cool. Wonderful. I love that for you. Live in fear. Whatever. Don't send this to my account. Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. I do not want this in my inbox knowing that the demon of death is coming for me. Is the demon of death hot? Wouldn't it be like somewhat seductive? Because you'd want to, you know, come to the dark side. I don't know where I'm going with this. Okay, so this, I believe, is a back and forth between a couple. Honey, you make everything so deep and personal. Just let go. This is why we are in the same place from 8 months ago. Let go of the past so you can have a future. Whatever then. Example, you want to hold on and argue about me calling your friend fat 2 years ago when I met her. Events that happened in the past, we focus time on that, preventing us to focus on the future, like living together, you getting a ring, us happening. If this is your argument, I would just stop right here, because it's not looking good for you. No, but you're not seeing what me and blank was trying to address. It's not about how you were calling my friend fat, it's how you just talk to people in general. It's just very mean and inconsiderate, and you were trying to justify it because that's how y'all talk to each other on blank. Like, I don't know what you benefit from being mean to one another, but I personally don't like making people feel bad about themselves. Okay, so this sounds like it's become an ongoing thing. So the fact that they called their friend fat is kind of like the beginning of the problem, okay? Whatever, we gave this person a second chance. For 2 years, they responded, I'm sorry, I grew up in the hood. Here I went to jail, here, and nobody cares about nobody's feelings. I'm just a little mean because that's all I've been around. Okay, we'll take that into consideration. Kind of seems like that was an excuse and a crutch. It's okay. But I grew up in the hood too, and I was called names by other kids, adults, and even family members. But that didn't change me into them. I didn't like how that made me feel, so I'm not gonna make others feel bad about themselves. If you grow up in an environment where everyone is mean to you, toxic, there is a chance that you will continue this behavior and pass it on because it is a learned behavior and maybe you didn't learn how to communicate appropriately. Now, with that, it doesn't mean that that doesn't come with consequence. You can't just be like, well, I didn't know better, so you have to put up with it. No. This is where you're gonna learn your lesson right now. You want to stay with me and you act like this, it's done. Now, on the flip side, we can be in an environment where this type of toxicity is going on and we can have a response that is kind of in spite of what's going on in your environment, right? Like, I know better because this is how I grow up. So is there any more to this? Because I'm already breaking this down. Whatever, I'll just finish this thought. You can stop acting like that, or you can just keep using that crutch and being like, well, this is how I grew up, this is how I am. Because I feel like at that point, it's like, okay, now I know better, but I'm choosing to actively not do anything about it because it's way easier to just keep doing what I'm doing than to, one, acknowledge that I'm a problem, and two, put in the work to actually actively change my behavior. They responded, that's just an excuse for wanting others to feel bad because other people made you feel bad about yourself. So they said, if you grew up like that, you shouldn't be this sensitive, to which they were given a thumbs down. Like, if you keep dishing out this negative energy, it's never going to stop. The whole point is nobody feels bad. Nobody cares. That's how it's been for me. Okay, so now we're really throwing this victim card down. Of course, we can acknowledge that that's awful. Nobody should have to grow up feeling like their feelings or opinions or thoughts don't matter. But again, if you felt that way and somebody's telling you, I don't like this, can you just stop and acknowledge that's how I feel right now? Or can you not even express the smallest form of empathy in the situation? To which, why are we dating? It doesn't matter how many times people say things that make me feel bad about myself, it's still gonna hurt me. And that's not true. I care. Like, I never even insult you ever, but you still say rude things to me, so it's really something else that you're battling with. Absolutely. If you have insulted somebody in any regard and they are telling you that, to turn around and make yourself a victim is immediately a red flag, toxic, a problem. Get away from that person. Stay as far away from that person as you can. They do not have your best interest at heart. They do not respect you, and they're not gonna change. This isn't gonna be like a, oh, you're right, no one's ever said that to me before, I'll change my whole personality. And if that's how they're gonna be, if it's gonna literally be like a Scrooge McDuck, I wake up the next morning and my life has changed sort of thing, great. Okay, that's wonderful. Good for you. You're still gonna probably have to put in work. More realistically, it's gonna take a really long time and you're gonna probably need some professional help. Like, it's a whole thing and it's hard and it's a lot of work, and that's why people don't want to do it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So based on how this one looks, I think this is a conversation between people that met at a bar. I drink more on Saturdays and want to know something crazy. Oh, please, you drink more on Saturdays? And what's up? The last 4 Saturdays, I bought 100+ shots. I'm on a 4-weekend streak. Why? You threw a party that big? I don't want it to end tomorrow, but I don't want to buy 100 shots also. Sounds like a personal problem there, my guy, but don't buy shots like that. That's kind of ridiculous. I hope people appreciate what you do. 400+ shots, and are now possibly planning on buying another 100 shots. They don't want to do it, and they don't have to do it, but for some reason they feel obligated. But I thought this was interesting because I'm wondering if they're like trying to flex. Oh my gosh, like I keep buying so many people shots, I have so much money, people want to party with me, I'm so fun, I'm so generous. It seems like you're either a player or you're really, really desperate, more so the latter. This reminds me of in Parks and Rec when Tom ends up putting like every single girl on his tab and the next morning he has to go in and pay some ridiculous fee at the bar. It's never a good look. No, nobody is going to appreciate you, and I'll tell you why. First of all, if you're doing this every Saturday, maybe the first time people would be like, oh my god, that's so cool, thank you. Second time they're like, oh, there's that guy that bought us drinks. Oh, and he bought us more drinks. That's so nice of him. Third time, I hope that guy buys me drinks again. Fourth time, that guy that buys drinks better buy me a drink or else I'm gonna feel excluded. I don't know. If you're doing this every single time, eventually the generosity turns into more of like showing off, maybe? The reason I say showing off is because it's like, what other reason would you be doing this for total strangers unless you're seriously just such a nice person? But in that case, why wouldn't you be spending all this money on like homeless shelters, on like really low funded schools or donations, or you know what I mean? What is the underlying reason that we're doing this? Once you start drinking dating and someone's buying you drinks and you've had a lot, or you know, you don't have to pay for them, especially sometimes shots are really expensive, you might kind of just get into this headspace of like, I forgot. I don't really know what's going on. I don't really realize that this guy bought me all these shots. You're not gonna attract somebody genuine if you're only pulling people in with your money, right? If that's the kind of person you're trying to attract, as someone that is attracted to money, flaunt your money, girl. Put it all out there and you'll catch something. Spending as much money as you physically can, not only on one person, but on anybody that wants it, it's just kind of a pathetic, desperate look, I think. Hello, how's your day going, pretty lady? I hate pretty lady. Add me too, if you will. It's not bad, just busy ASF. Who says ASF? I thought you just say AF. And sure, I can. I know exactly how that goes for sure. So are both those profiles on Meet Me You? Haha, yes they are. I use another app called Scout and it's tied to Meet Me too. Oh, okay. What are you looking for then? We need to rescue each other off these pathetic sites. Nah, I'm just kidding. If you're not interested in getting to know each other, that's totally fine. Dude, I'm at work. I think it ended with, you're rude. Sorry, okay. At what point in this conversation is this person being rude? They were so nice this whole time. Even giving these cute little emojis back and smiley faces, answering their questions. This conversation started at 3:30 and by 4:13, when this person hadn't responded, they sent a follow-up message, and then when we get no answer, we get a follow-up at 4:45. No answer, we get another follow-up at 5:40, so about an hour later. This person responds maybe 40 minutes later saying I'm at work, to which they responded that you're rude. So all of this took place within 3 hours. How? You don't even know me. Let this just be a lesson to every single person out there. If you are somebody that double, triple, quadruple texts somebody, messages somebody, and they have read it and didn't respond, or they just simply aren't responding in general, maybe just stop sending the messages. And if you're forcing them just to have a conversation with you, it kind of seems like at that point it's already like, nah, not good. And to right off the bat immediately demand and expect someone's undivided attention and full focus, it's like, dude, first of all, you need to get a life. You know, if it's been an hour and someone doesn't text back, like that's not a long time. If it's been a week and you haven't got a text back, I'd be like, okay, f this person. They clearly don't want to talk to me. It's weird if I dropped everything and wanted to put my attention on you. You know? I don't even know you. You can't just match with somebody and immediately be like, this is my person. I'm gonna put all my eggs into this basket. You really gotta take it slow, mind you. If you're on a dating app for a whole other reason, girl, as long as you're honest about it, do you. Like meeting somebody organically, it kind of takes a while to really build a reason to even want to talk to somebody. Does that make sense? Okay, well, I'm going to wrap it up here. I ended up having a lot more to say about these really small snippets of conversation than I thought I would. Anyways, guys, if you see anything that you want me to react to, or if you record something and you want to send it to me, make sure you send it to me on TikTok, Instagram, send it to my email, or wherever you can find me on social media. I have everything linked to my link tree below. If you know what you're gonna be for Halloween this year, make sure you let me know. I think I finally decided on a costume, and I say finally like it's a week before Halloween. Last year at this time, I'm pretty sure I had 3 costumes already on the way from Amazon, if not already in my possession. Last year I did Cruella de Vil, Darth Vader, and Hela. The whole concept of costumes is a bit ridiculous, but it's fun, and that's all that matters, right? Anyways, guys, I appreciate you for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye!